Our project this year is called Solar Power, Reducing Our Environmental Footprint. It's really much more than that. We wanted to extend some of the activities that were going on outside in the outdoor classroom. And I don't know about a lot of you, but it's hard to find hands-on activities to teach electricity and circuits to kids. And the book keeps it very boring. Money's hard to get, so we applied for the grant and was fortunate to get this. Some of the standards that we're trying to address with NGSS, you all probably got the textbooks and you look this up. Design, build, and refine a device that works within given constraints. I highlight devices that are designed, evaluate, and refine a solution to a complex real-world problem based on scientific knowledge. So the engineering technology, the use of solar technology really fit in well with our engineering. The students got to experiment with different types of circuits. Here's some of this one core ideas. Energy cannot be created nor destroyed, and so that's one of the central things we want to teach in our 8th and 9th grade curriculum. But it can be transported from one place to another. And this is really good because the solar energy really shows transformation very well. Some of the cross-cutting concepts that you might find, energy and matter, changes of energy and matter in the system can be described in terms of energy and matter flows into and out of in that system. So this is the background for some of the information that we wanted to build in the program. Here's the high school engineering again. Students got to use and manipulate solar energy kits to build circuits, and not only build circuits but learn the difference between parallel and series. So I'd come in and give them that, and they'd work for days. Here's just a general diagram of how solar energy is used and applications of a home where the solar energy is converted to electrical energy, and there's a control device that allows that to enter the house. Our application, though, was more of a system for the outside use of an outdoor classroom, that we wanted to have a charge station for students to be able to go out before and after school and be able to charge their laptops or their cell phones. And that was really beneficial. You start out with, we have two on the actual panel that we installed outside of our school. We have two of these 100-watt panels that connect to a charge controller, and this charge controller leads to the battery. When the battery is fully charged up, it's a DC battery, so when it's fully charged up, the charge controller regulates that and shuts off automatically. I'll fill in a few extra inline pieces to protect both the charge controller and the panels themselves. This DC current then is going to be changed to AC current with the inverter. And the inverter is like a booster. It boosts the 12 volt to 110 volts, so then you can just plug into it like you would a receptacle in your house. So students are able to go to this inverter, which we're going to have mounted outside to charge into it. And we'll get back to that in a second. Here's some of the students researching solar power and energy. We got involved with an outfit from Concord, Massachusetts called the Concord Consortium, and High Adventure Science is the program we used to investigate energy choices, and our students got to work with the different energy choices that they have and to explore the benefits of each. So we get the kits out, we let the kids look at the manuals, read the manuals, look at the diagrams, and determine the difference between solar and parallel versus series circuits. Here's some photos of some students. If you guys don't care, come on and demonstrate a little bit what this can do. So we got these little miniature solar panels out and allow the students to take and with the light source being our source of artificial light, they measure the distance it takes to produce a certain voltage using the series versus the parallel setup. So we got these little models here, if you plug into that. Okay, you get the light source. Okay, we're using the energy that the solar panel has stored into the battery, but we're also wanting to demonstrate, that's fine, that you have to get a certain distance from the source of light to produce enough voltage to cause a little motor on the fan to turn. Well, they learned that there was a difference between the amount of energy it took to get the motor to turn in a series setup versus a parallel. And soon they learned that the parallel was not going to produce the voltage that the series would. So there's advantage of both parallel and series circuits, and we use this knowledge to determine how we wanted to set up our 200-watt panel system outside at our shelter. And so the good thing here, the additional thing that we have, if you can see on the diagram, we have what's called a kilowatt meter, and you can also measure the amount of wattage that you're using at any particular time. So that's what we did. So what is the difference between series and parallel? It was one of the central themes, one of the central reasons why we wanted to use this kit. If you don't care, Matt, go ahead and plug in another device here, maybe your cell phone charger. And what you can see here on the kilowatt meter, it will register how many watts of energy that your device is usually in the middle of the way, so you see that. While he's doing that, I'm going to go ahead and mention to you that this solar panel project at our high school has enabled the development of new educational activities for us to integrate in our existing curriculum. What are you reading there?
6.5 watts.
6.5. So, for example, the kids learn that, hey, 6.5 watts is what's going to take to run my cell phone. And how many watts does it take to run your laptop? You know, we're looking at 24.8 and 6.8 watts for a laptop. We look outside and say, hey, these panels can generate enough electricity that we can run most all day long those small devices, like solar, like the solar panel produces enough energy to run these small devices. We're just hoping that the janitor doesn't come in the summer, the maintenance men don't come in the summer and decide to hook up their weed eaters and stuff like that, because we only have one battery right now, to store this energy, and it would run the battery rather low if you use high wattage appliances. But for the practical purposes of the students, it's really a great place to have outside the shelter and a place to charge their phones before and after school. They get to see technology. They get to see and understand, how energy is transferred from the solar energy to electrical energy, and how that energy is stored in the battery, and how it's then converted from DC to AC. And a couple of these, we got all kinds of ideas for next year, and there's so much more to learn this year. But this is basically what we wanted to do. The main goals is to think about sustainability and our carbon footprints, renewable energy and solar energy, active versus passive systems, climate change causes, evidence and skeptics of climate change and current climate models, engineering and experimental design, engineering transformations, electricity, voltage, amperes, current, resistance, and electrical currents and circuits. All this stuff here we were able to learn and use hands-on with the various educational kits that we purchased, and I've got some of that material if you want to look at what type of kits we purchased and what I thought was best. You can spend a whole day, a couple days, just examining which type of solar panel to purchase. I mean, I spent hours online just to decide what is the best panel to purchase. But we have, the kids broke out and they've come in, one day, and I just let the whole period go by because I was not going to read the directions for them. And I said it killed me to have the day go by and just watch them make mistakes if they won't read. So you teach kids to read and follow directions, and they figured it out. After a while, after 2 or 3 attempts, that I wasn't going to help them. And they finally figured out, hey, here's how I'm going to have to hook this up for it to work. And here's how I'm going to hook it up for it to be considered series and parallel. And if they didn't get close enough with their little fans or with their little small solar panels, they wouldn't get the motor to turn. I said, well, move a little closer. Move a little closer. There, at that point, measure the distance. Now, do this with a series compared to parallel. And they find out that, hey, there's advantages and disadvantages. Here's a series. And if it didn't work at all, it's because you didn't hook it up correctly. So I did not interject anything at all. I've got a kid from Morehead State University. It's an engineering technology student came in and did the final application and helped them to get on top of this thing on a Saturday. And he helped put the solar panels up there. We're lucky to have a guy at the Board of Education who's also an electrician. He's going to help us make sure we're following the codes that you have to follow, electrical codes. And we've got everything set up there, ready to go. Here's a picture of the shelter there, again, with a rain barrel. And we have some ideas for the future to power maybe a water pump in the rain barrel to provide water for a fountain. And here again, some students outside looking at the charge controller and measuring the output of the panels. You can put those kilowatt meters anywhere in line before, downstream, and upstream of the panels, so you can see how much the panels are creating at any time. I don't know how that picture got in there, but this was a guy that came over and helped us on Saturday in front of this area. We are very restricted in our area, but we get a lot out of it. Here again is the setup that we have here for you to look at today, later on if you wish. But overall, it was a great hands-on experience. It's a great way to get kids to think and to design. This is a small kilowatt meter here that measures how much is coming from the panel, how many watts the panels are producing. In the future, you can get trackers to track the sun, and there's a multitude of ways that you might want to apply this, but our application is to basically power a charge station behind these students at the shelter, so they can come and sit before and after school and charge their cell phones and see in a real way how this solar technology does have its applications. We're far away from using solar technology to replace fossil fuels, and not that we're going to even attempt to do that, but it definitely has its uses. So that was the thing. We wanted to show that solar technology is a renewable energy that we can use for certain applications, and it does help us allow us to teach all about circuits, and parallel and series circuits. So that was basically the the goal of this project, and it gives us some more hands-on opportunities for students. Thank you. Is there any questions? If you'd like to look at the model later on, we'll have it out sitting out here for a while. I'll be out there and answer any questions you may have.